Hello, everybody. Welcome to another great day of SSL Soccer. My name is Xenlos, and I'm joined today by...
It's TVC!
TVC! We got some great Division 2 action for you today. As we have hit now the halfway point of the season, we start the second round robin of games. Which game are you most excited for today, TVC?
Always going to say my own team,
Inter-London.
of course,
Yes,
but
of course.
if I had to pick any other one, I'm excited for Laos versus Accra. This is going to be an exciting match, and I could go either way in both. Either way in large margins.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, it could be a blow for either team.
Correct.
And the mystery is part of the fun for me.
Exactly.
Anyway.
One day you're, one day you could be winning 1-0, and then the next day you get blown out 10-2. But we're into our first game. Wow, I didn't mean to use the exact scores there. I'm sorry, Buenos Aires, if you're listening. We're into our first game, Seoul versus Kaapstad. Seoul first at the top of the table with 18 points plus 10 goal differential. Kaapstad sitting at the bottom of the table with 2 points minus 10 goal differential. So
I'd like to come to the defense of Buenos Aires for just one moment. They're not even in Division 2 anymore.
I
They're
know.
still catching strays.
No, listen, I love Buenos Aires. I've gone on record as being a very, very big Buenos Aires fan, and I legitimately did not realize the scores I was saying until I said it. But hold on, here's Paul speaking of a score. Nothing happening there. With Hall making the save there. Hall makes the save versus Paul. So here's Paul going over to Okamoto, to Aloisi, going to Marin. Man. All right. It's Monday for everybody. Human taking the corner.
Actually, when this video comes out, it will be Tuesday for everybody.
You know what? Technically, it's Tuesday for me too. But you know what? That just makes the statement of it's Monday for everybody even better. Because it's not even Monday. Human taking the corner. Going to be headed away by Kamavinga, recovered by Paul, who will be trailed by Muffet, and Paul just kind of dribbled it out of bounds. That's a whoopsie.
Now, funny enough, I don't think this was intentional, but both teams are lining up in the exact same manner, that 4-4-2 narrow diamond that we've seen employed by Inter-London.
Oh my goodness. Here's Ryan being covered by Hogg over to Okamoto. Okamoto goes back to Kennedy, back to Okamoto, trying to get forward to maybe Paul, who's being marked by Kamavinga, but Paul takes a shot. Kamavinga slides, though. Kicks it out of bounds. We're going to have a corner kick to be taken by Human, headed away. Picked up by Zimmer. Kaapstad has not really had many attacking opportunities. And by many, I mean they haven't had any yet.
And I'll tell you what, I don't think they're going to get too many. As Muffin runs in here.
As Muffin goes in for one, to Tato, to Mueller, that's going to be blocked by Soderberg.
Now, the reason I don't think they're going to get too many is the way both teams are lined up. It's a 4-4-2 narrow diamond from both sides, and what that means is it's just a mashup in the midfield. It is going to be a battle of player against player, and...
Scott Muffin!
Wow!
What a shot he scores! And that's going to put Kaapstad up 1-0.
Never mind, what do I know?
Off the corner, recovered by Sherwood, and then Muffin with a beautiful curve on that shot.
He snuck that through two different defenders, Zimmer and the goalkeeper. Which, by the way, not much you can do about that as a keeper. What an incredible shot by Sedna.
Yeah, that was something. Here's Ryan on the throw into man. Back to Ryan. Ryan goes to man in the box, who goes back to Okamoto. Oh, Ryan gets tripped by Hogg. But they're saying it's clean, but then Ryan will take the ball back, and then Okamoto intercepted. So Zimmer going forward, looking for Scott Muffin again, intercepted by Mertz, but recovered by Hogg. Hogg fires! Turned away.
So Gary Hogg, former Tokyo player. Now on FC Kaapstad, I think came over during the off season. Was a midfielder.
Yeah. We have Muir going out to Tato. Now, I don't know everyone's first names. Please tell me that Tato's first name is Poe. Is it? Do you know offhand? It's got nothing with another shot, but nothing doing. Now we're going to look this up, like on the side, while we're at halftime and everything. Because now I'm intrigued. Where's my mouse? Oh, there's my mouse. All right, here's Hall on the goal kick. Over to Doug. Back to Hall. Hugh Man right in front of the keeper. That was very scary for a second.
The Ferrari mechanics have reported back to me. It is Pat Tato.
I'll take it.
It's an American right back.
Goes deep, finds Hugh Man. That is going forward to Paul. Paul fires into row E. I apologize, you were saying.
No, that was a good shot. Would have been better if it hit the net. Scud Muffin, though, that's what he did there. Fourth goal in the season for him.
Tenderloin with the interception goes out to midfield, but it's going to be recovered back by Kaapstad. 43rd minute now. We go to Muir, to Tato. Tato goes back to the back line, goes back to Muir, back to Tato, goes for the crossover to Zimmer, headed. Kong. What a save. It's kind of phased through the net in some sort of very magical fashion. That's going to take us to the half with Kaapstad holding a 1-0 lead over Seoul. Something that is, I would say, is most certainly unexpected.
But not undeserved. Take a look at those statistics. Kaapstad held about 56% possession of the ball. Seoul did have their chances, which is kind of what I was alluding to earlier when I said that it was going to be a battle between quality and, to an extent it has, the quality Seoul has allowed them to have these attacking opportunities despite their less possession. And they actually, chart would indicate it's been a little more consistent throughout the half than Kaapstad, but hey, Kaapstad will take a goal where they can, and they are in the lead because of it.
Absolutely. So we'll see if any changes are coming at the half.
Yeah, we don't normally sit here this long. I wonder what's going on.
We really don't. I'm surprised that
there it is.
There we go. Surprised we haven't seen Manuel Neuer in goal today. Manuel Neuer, granted only 5 appearances this season, is the Division 2 leader in save percentage, saving 90.9% of shots.
Now, there is something to be said about squad rotation, and if you were ever going to rotate a squad or a goalkeeper, it would likely have to be against a team that hasn't won in the league since last year, or the year before that, actually.
Fair enough. All right, we have Jiricic coming in for somebody. Holkavado coming in for Mueller on the side of Kaapstad. I didn't quite check who came out.
It's Gunnar Kennedy that came out for Ivan Jiricic. It's on the right-hand side. I'm sorry, not the right-hand side. It's the defensive midfielder who subbed out.
So we have Human taking another corner. It's going to be headed by Baraka Aloisi, and that's a goal, and we're equal here in the first minute of the second half.
Aloisi has been absolutely clutch for Seoul this year, and quite frankly, in the last 2 seasons, has done exactly that. That's his 8th goal in the year.
Yeah. 8th goal. We're going to have King Kong take it out to Mertz. They go back to Colin. They're going deep. Didn't really look like they were going for anyone in particular. It's going to be recovered by Kaapstad. Then the pass intercepted by Pork Tenderloin. Trying to get past Holkavado. Holkavado just throws himself in the way, but they get it back to Jiricic. Over to Aloisi. Now Holkavado's caught up to Aloisi. Holkavado just all over the place on this defense, but Aloisi sneaks past. Goes to the edge of the box, goes inside the box, fires, saved by Hall. We're going to have ourselves a corner kick to be taken by who else but Hugh Mann. Headed off! Almost another off the corner. But here's Soderberg over the Tenderloin to Mertz. And now we're trying to get back on the attacking side of for Seoul. Paul fires. It's going to be parried by Hall, but...
Now, I don't have this as a stat readily available to me, but if someone could go and figure out how many goals Seoul have scored off set pieces this year, that would be amazing, because it feels like they get quite a few.
Yeah. Time's starting to fly by now. We're in the 81st minute, about to cross into the 82nd minute, the second half flying by. We have Tato going back to Hulkavato to Sherwood, but headed away by Tenderloin before they could try to get a triangle strategy going. Tenderloin goes out deep to clear the ball. It's headed by Aloisi, but it's just going to roll harmlessly to Hall. He's going to kick it all the way back into the attacking third for Kaapstad, but recovered by Seoul, who's going to kick it back into the attacking third. All right. We have Ryan going forward. The ball is just going everywhere. Ryan going back to Okamoto, to Mann, to Okamoto, forward to Paul. Paul fires off of Kamavinga's head. That's going to be a corner kick.
That was certainly a passage of play.
Yes, it was. That was one of the passage of plays of all time. Aloisi almost again going nuts with these headers.
6'4" Australian forward. He knows how to get there in front of these defenders, which isn't the easiest thing to do. It's taken him a couple years to really nail it down to an art, and he's got it down to a Ricky Bobby level.
That is a big interception, and now here's Hugh Mann. Free shot, but Hall parries it. Kamavinga keeps it out. And they're going to try to clear it out. They do. Doug clears it out. Look for Zimmer. Overshot at the feet of Ryan. 89th minute. Probably only going to be a minute or two of stoppage time. Here's Aloisi going forward. Baraka Aloisi fires, and it's parried aside. 1 minute of stoppage time. Here's Hugh Mann in the 90th minute. Was looking for Soderberg, but couldn't quite get him. Still in the 90th minute. Jiricek over to Soderberg. To Paul. Soderberg goes forward to Hugh Mann. Open. Ooh. Mann elects to not take the shot, tries to get one more dribble out of it, and Hall just falls on it.
Yeah, I made a bit of a mess of that.
Yeah, that is what we in the business call picking a whole bouquet of oopsie daisies. Suarez going back to Tato. Tato taking it up the side, trying to get past Tenderloin. Now I want pork and potatoes. They get it to Kong, who is going to waste some time here. Just kind of hold on to the ball for a minute. Go out deep for Ryan. Past midfield. Ryan takes it off the chest. Goes crossing, looking for Paul. They find Soderberg instead. Goes back to pork tenderloin. To Jiricek. Okamoto. To Ryan. There's only a few seconds left in this contest. Kraustis. It's cleared out, and that's going to be the game. Kaapstad takes a 1-1 draw over with Seoul.
Yeah, and I have to say, at the end of this match, Seoul and should probably feel a little hard done by. I think I saw 3 opportunities in which they could have scored at the end of that match, where it was just 1-on-1 with the keeper. You said it earlier, a bouquet of oopsie daisies. I think that's a great way to summarize the second half for Seoul.
The whole bouquet of oopsie daisies. Kaapstad wins a possession war, though, 54-46, but Seoul wins just about every other category. Shots, on target, XG, off target. They won the off target.
So I think Kaapstad played really well in the first half, and then in the second half, it went exactly the way I thought it would in the first half, and that is quality really shine through for Seoul. Unfortunately, the clinicalness didn't follow. they were really just kind of better man for man, and obviously they didn't finish it today. But in that second half, just stuffed Kaapstad. I don't think we saw much of a single shot from them. I think we did see like one off target, something like that.
Yeah. And Baraka Alisi, your man of the match for making that equalizer goal. Also having some very other good opportunities that unfortunately they just could not convert. But that'll close the book on that game. Seoul goes up to 19 points. Kaapstad picks up their 3rd point of the season. It's going to bring us to our second game of the day, Red Star Laos versus Accra, which, if you're a fan of Accra, you love what you just saw with Seoul only getting 1 point there. It means you can make up some ground in this race for promotion. Accra sitting 3rd in the table at 11 points, plus 1 goal differential. Laos sitting 7th with 5 points and a -4 differential.
I'm not gonna lie, I've grown a bit of a soft spot for this Laos team. They are feisty.
It's funny that you should say they're feisty, because I took a look before we came in today, and I was looking up weird league leaders, and I found out that the leader in yellow cards is actually a tie between 2 Laos players with 5. That would be Mazum Time and Changshan Princess.
Well, Changshan Princess has 6 now.
Oh my god, did they really just pick one up? I wasn't looking.
Yep.
Well, Changshan Princess, now the leader in yellow cards. So there is something to go with your feisty team. Furious Chicken, 2nd in the Golden Boot race with 6, so has a lot of ground to make up to catch K. Clements if they want to catch them. Here's Kimo Atra going to Taco Cat, looking for Berbatov. That's going to be out of bounds. That'll be a goal kick.
Really a good opportunity out of what was a bit of a ping pong tournament there. Sorry, I think it was more akin to pinball.
Here's Time going for the cross. Couldn't find Rigmarole, but it's picked up by Princess. Princess to the back line looking for the cross, but King will just take it out of the air. Say, no cross shenanigans for you today. Roll it out to Llewellyn. And they'll get over to Freddie. Now we're going to play out of the back. Here's Whittington. Freddie, there's a lot of Red Star people. Right, Furious Chicken was right in the middle of that pass. Rigmarole going in for Maradona. Nagatoro Maradona scores. And it is 1-0 Red Star Laos.
So I didn't really get a chance to talk about formations today. Not for these teams. Red Star Laos coming in a 4-2-3-1 with Nagatoro Maradona playing an attacking midfield role, and that allows him to do things like that. One in particular, well, watch Chicken here kind of draw the 2 defenders in, and replay shot now. Nagatoro Maradona sneaks in behind that, right? And that creates the opportunity. Ooh.
I'm sorry for not giving you time to talk about formations.
No. I that was not at all your fault. This has been an action-packed match. Yeah. Everything what I expected, honestly.
Yeah, but I'm sitting here talking about random stats like yellow card leaders and all that. I should have. But anyway.
Listen, if you didn't talk about that, we wouldn't have seen Changshan Princess get her 6th yellow card.
Right. You segued me into it perfectly too. Like, it could not have been a better segue. But here's Devil going out to Rolo Martinez looking for Furious Chicken, but it's going to be headed away. Picked back up by Accra. Here's Berbatov trying to get around all the red kits in front of him. But can't. Here's Tucker going to Zahoni. For Dion to Berbatov. Berbatov fires, turned away by Berger. Berger I have on my sheet here. The leader in the Div 2 leader in average rating for a goalkeeper with 7.4. Average rating. That's pretty good. Here's Furious Chicken taking a shot. Saved by King. No, it's not. Yeah, it was saved because we have a corner. Princess off the corner kick puts Laos up 2-0. What a shot.
What a delivery on the ball here. Just a perfect curl from Taco Cat. Sorry, that was time that made that.
I was going to say, like, wait a minute.
6th assist of the year for time.
Tucker just kind of yeets it into the crowd.
That is the first of the year for Shan Princess.
Let's go.
Missed it earlier, but Nagatomo Donasiron their 4th of the year.
Yeah, he keeps that in bounds. Enormous. Goes back to Berry, over to Princess, who goes across to Time. Time looks like they overshot their target there. King just picks it up harmlessly, rolls it out to Llewellyn. Tucker to Zerhoni over to Berbatov, who has a lot of clear open field in front of him, but Berry catches back up, blocks it. And that was a good block. And that's going to take us into the half. Red Star Laos holds a 2-0 lead over Accra.
Yeah, and they've looked really, really good, Red Star Laos. But I will say, and I'll challenge, they've looked really good in the sort of positions I would expect them to look good in.
Right.
Why? Well, I didn't get a chance to talk about Accra's formation. Again, nobody's fault. And the reason why we didn't really talk about Accra's formation is they didn't really do a ton that half. Certainly, they did have those 7 shots off target, 2 of them being on target. They had about 49% possession of the ball, but I don't think they really looked very deadly. I think that one Berbatov chance was kind of the chance. Today, they're playing in what I would call a 3-5-1-1 and what you would call an 11.
Nice. You know when someone besides me, like someone who actually knows what they're talking about with formations, puts a 5 in there? Like, it's good. We're in for something. But
yeah, they've absolutely overloaded that midfield. Even the wingbacks are being told to invert, so they're cutting inside. They're just gonna shove it down the middle. But unfortunately, what that means is very, very exposed out wide, and the 4-2-3-1 that Laos are lined up in really, really exploit that well. You see Time over on that left-hand side, just absolutely free right now.
Yeah. We did have some substitutions. I saw Taco Cat came out, and Tucker came out for Ermin Trout, and I didn't catch who the other person was.
Tucker is out for Selleck, that is the attacking midfielder.
Speaking of Selleck, a shot, but saved by Berger. Oh, goodness. Was that their formation that I saw on there for a second there? I don't know. Normus going for the cross, headed away by Dion.
It was a formation. I'm not quite sure if it was the 4-2-3-1 you saw, but if it's not a 4-2-3-1, then you certainly saw their formation.
I do believe I saw a 4-2-3-1. Is Barry going over to Normus, going for the cross. Dion gets in the middle of it, gets it back to King, who's going to air it out, looking for Selic, but headed back by Barry. Lau on the attack again. Here's Rigmarole. Never mind. Ermin Trout just kind of takes it. And King going to try to clear it out again, but Lau's going to... Oh, that's a questionable trip.
Offside.
And Chicken is offside.
As the head of commentary, I will make a public service announcement after that. That's obviously going to be in the standing. But a public service announcement to all teams making tactics: please stop checking the play ball out from back box. As a commentator, just every time I see them play that ball back to the keeper, my heart skips a beat. You're gonna kill me.
Is playing the ball back to the keeper to you what it is for me when the keeper just comes a mile out of the net? Because
no, that's a sweeper keeper on attack.
It is It horrifies me when I just watch a keeper who's like out of the box, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Why are you here? You're the goaltender. Tend the goal." Like, here's McMurrow over the Rollo, and that's going to be blocked by Yoelian. That's going to be a corner kick. 71st minute now. Accra needs to do something if they want to get back into this game. Remember, we talked about this was a big opportunity for Accra with Seoul only drawing. And they cannot afford to come out of this game with 0 points, I don't think. That was off the post. Yeah, that was off the post. Here is Normus going for the cross to Chicken. Oh, that's also off the post.
There's absolutely no respect to the equipment in this match for Red Star Loud.
Okay, so now we've hit it off one post. We've hit it off the crossbar. We got to hit it off the third post. Go for the trifecta here. Here's Chicken. That's into the crowd. That's not a post.
He tried to deliver it off the crossbar onto the other post for you, but he just couldn't dial it in.
Oh, can we get a double doink? That would be great.
We call that a Cody Parkey in these series.
Chicago Bear fans in shambles. Furious Chicken. It goes off of someone picked out of the air by King, and we're going into the 85th minute. Like, time is running out here.
No, he's on the left-hand side.
That is fair. Furious Chicken with the shot. King with the save. Yeeted out by Dion to kind of get a stoppage of play here.
Now he's running out. Time, that is.
Let's see, over 2 time. The Rollo Martinez, we go back to time. Time is inevitable. Over to Messi. Back forward to Rollo Martinez. 91st minute. This game could be ending any second now. Here's Nagatoro Maradona at the back line. Cleared out. That's the final whistle. Red Star takes a 2-0 victory over Accra in what is, to me, I'm not going to say I'm surprised that they won, but I'm surprised that it was like a shutout. Like, that was... But it's like you said, this game could go either way.
Yeah, the first half was definitely a lot more competitive than that second half for Accra, if I'm honest. They actually chart says it too. They had a lot more shots in that first half than they did in that second half, and to be frank, for a lot of that second half, they looked flat. Accra did, and other than that opportunity from Selleck, I don't recall them looking dangerous.
So I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that Josh Berger leads the league in average rating for a goalkeeper with 7.4, and look at that, another 7.4 performance for Josh Berger. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we see Freddie's really the only person on Accra who turned in a decent day, but... So that is a very, very big loss for Accra. Now they can get leapfrogged by Reykjavik in the final game of the day. But before that, we do have Inter London versus Montreal. Inter London sitting second in the table with 16 points, plus 6 goal differential. Montreal sitting fifth in the table with 8 points and a plus 1 goal differential. And we talked about how important it was that Seoul drew for Accra, but now with the Seoul draw and an Accra loss, how important is this for Inter London?
Yeah, they played Accra last time out, and I believe it was a draw on their side. So they lost ground in that regard, in that battle. Yeah. So this is an important opportunity for them to make it up, more than likely. And Montreal, on the other hand, is an important opportunity for them to show that they've got what it takes against some of the best competition coming down from Division 1.
And here we go. We have London playing in the blue, Montreal playing in the white, McGurk going forward to Pinkman. Pinkman taking in the box by himself, fires Walter Pinkman. Who needs the pass? Just does it alone. 1-0 Inter London in the first minute.
We've seen this from Inter London a couple times. They're very quick to strike. They like the early goal, and then they also like to kind of sink back and hang on to that. We'll see if that's what happens after this. Good goal for Pinkman there. You're right. It did look like he tried to pass, and just didn't have any options, so he shot the ball.
So we have on my card of weird stats and leaders, we do have 3 inter-London players. We have Tony Yeboah, who is currently leading in clean sheets with 4 on the season. We have Gavin Millar. Oh my goodness, that was Kay Clement, your Golden Boot leader. I wasn't even looking. That's her 11th goal in D2, 16th on the season.
I think we got a double doink here for you.
Did we? Oh my god, I missed a double doink. Jerry with the cross.
One.
Oh my goodness.
And it hits the second.
Gavin Millar currently leads the league in successful passes with 728. Just otherwise known as your average game from Spain. And our third one is Fall on the Floor, who leads in distance run with 110 kilometers. My favorite random stat to pull.
Well, how many
miles? Here's Kay
that?
Clement again. Tries to chip the keeper, but no. How many miles is 110 kilometers? That's a great question. As we have Jerry taking a corner, headed away by Matthew.
Is it greater or less than 500?
110 kilometers greater or less than 500 miles?
Yes.
Oh, far less than. I believe it's like 1.7 something kilometers to a mile, but I could be wrong. Might be 1.6.
I guess you wouldn't walk 500 miles.
Oh. That's a good one. I like that one. Kay Clements goes to Tata Yore, who kind of puts it way into the crowd. Man, I'm mad I didn't see that one coming. Like you
Take a minute to set that one up.
Yeah. Well, no, because you said 500, and the math teacher in me was like, "What? No!" Like, I wasn't even thinking about the pun. I'm still in math teacher mode. So here's Walter Pinkman going forward, looking for Kay Clements again. Kay Clements takes it to the back, goes to the floor. It's going to be, that's a big, risky tackle in the back. The floor fires, but Duke saves it.
I think that was Pedersen that got across and got a foot to that to deflect it out.
Yeah. Here's Jerry on the cross, headed away by Matthew. Jerry was looking near post, but nobody home from Inter-London. There's Millar adding to their lead of successful passes. There's Millar again adding to their lead of successful passes.
Now, I will say, I think I know the reason for this. Gavin Millar plays in that defensive midfield role as a halfback in this narrow 4-4-2 diamond that Inter-London play.
Oh, hold on. Jerry fires! And it's going to be off of Fantabens and saved by Duke. I'm sorry, continue.
No, that was a great opportunity for Jerry. But Millar, there he is, sitting in the defensive midfield, likes to drop in between the center back and offer that third passing option. And what his job is to do is recycle the ball.
Oh, Casual with the chip, but it hits the post and it goes over.
And typically to prevent things like that. But sometimes it's a little hard to cover for everyone.
Here's Yeboah booming it out deep, looking for Jerry, overshoots, picked up by Williams. Motor going to Minone to Vilk. Vilk fires, and that's out of bounds.
So Montreal bringing some heat now. They're playing in a 3-4-3 wide, so they're going to have some opportunities on the wide against Inter-London's 4-4-2 narrow diamond.
Mm-hmm. Here's Ruma going to McGurk, to Pinkman, to Millar, forward to Clements. Clements fires. That looked like that went 8 rows deep. What letter is that? H. H.
No, K.
You are on the top of your game today, TVC, and I love it. Oh, man. McGurk goes back to Millar, to Yore, to Kay Clements. Ooh, big slide challenge by Funyuns. Remember, Funyuns, the official snack of the SSL, hashtag not sponsored. We go back to Wartooth, intercepted by McGurk, to Dimitrov, to Millar. Millar, a rare missed pass by Millar. We go back to Wartooth, to Vilk, back to Funyuns. Back to Wartooth. Wartooth goes for the cross. Minone fires, and that's Dexter Minone, who halves the deficit. It is now 2-1 in London.
Yeah, it certainly felt like this was coming, didn't it? Montreal has had some successive pressure, and again, it's this wide exploit, one field to the other, though in that time it was Minone just getting past the floor. It wasn't Pedersen crashing in. But still, Wartooth with a lot of space here.
Yeah. Those lines are close. Here's Pedersen throwing it in to Minone, who heads it back to Pedersen, over to Motor. Motor goes towards the middle to Funyuns, goes way back to Williams, over to Vilk. Ooh, good curve on that pass picked up by Pedersen, who has pretty much his own zip code to himself. For the floor catches up, pass with the cross to Vilk. Yeboah snatches it out of the air. 33rd minute. And now we are in the 37th minute. Zuma goes out to Dimitrov, to McGurk, back to Millar. Millar goes forward to Pinkman, to Jerry, trying around Williams, but can't, gets it to Clements. Clements going forward for foul on the floor. Foul on the floor, takes it all the way back, goes for the cross, but intercepted by Matthew, picked up by Pedersen. Pedersen going to clear it out, but recovered by Dives Inalot, who gets it forward to Tatayori, gets it forward to Jerry with what a kick, and it's a goal! But is it onside?
Offside!
He's offside! No! Jerry, why? My God, it's not even close.
What a strike too! What a volley! Can't believe
you know how you know he's offside? Was that even I went, oh, I think he's offside. And when I go, oh, I think he's offside, he's probably offside. Here's Wartooth. Oh, diving save by Yeboah.
What a great shot by Wartooth. A better save by Yeboah. And bailing into London out there, because otherwise that could be a tie game.
Oh, right. And I forgot to mention, there's another London player on my weird stat card. That is Jerry's league-leading 13th offside.
We've yet to see Jeffy play this game, this match day, but yes, at the moment Jerry is indeed leading the offsides. I don't think he leads disallowed goals, but I'm sure with that one he's getting close.
So we go in the half. Inter London is up 2-1 over Montreal.
And I think Montreal will feel a little hard done by. Probably come out of the second half a little more aggressive. They certainly deserve to have a tie game, but football isn't always what you deserve, no, is it?
No, it is not. Definitely not. No substitutions coming out for either team, so we start off the second half with the same 22 that we had. Clements going deep, but picked up by Wartooth. Are disallowed goals a stat that we track?
I mean, it's a disallowed goal that is scored, and it's certainly a stat that's tracked on the somewhere. I don't know if it's tracked in a attainable spot, like that ball was just put into for Duke.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm looking away so many times because I'm having so much fun with the random stat cards that I'm missing things.
The random stats are the fun part.
So here's Jerry going with the crossover to Tatayori. Misses his man. Pedersen will pick it up. Say thank you very much. He's going to take it towards the back corner looking for Funyuns, and that's a save by Yeboah. And this second half has started to move. Free kick by Jerry, 62nd minute, just a short one. Looked like he was looking for maybe a one-timer shot there from somebody else, but that plan was foiled. Millar going forward. Here's Jerry. Jerry fires, saved by Duke.
Shot.
And guess what? Jerry's offside. League leading 14.
14.
Let's go, Jerry. I don't know why this man is offside so much. I've never been so amusing. Oh, big tackle by Peterson. I've never been so amused yet infuriated at the same time with the player in my life. It's to me, drop over to McGurk. To Pinkman, looking deep for K. Clements. K. Clements picks it up on the outside of the box, goes into the box, goes back for fall on the floor, goes forward to McGurk. McGurk goes back to Millar, back to the floor. Now there's a lot of white kits in front of him. Millar goes back, intercepted by Pedersen. Phantom ends, and Moder are going to play it back. They go back to the keeper, giving TVC a heart attack. And yet here we are back at midfield. McGurk going through the floor. The floor picks it up. Keeps it in bounds, going for K. Clements, and it's blocked by Phantom Ends, and we have a corner.
Breathe.
Yeah, right. Jerry on the corner, headed away, was looking near post again, but nobody home. I just saw Jerry's offside. 15. Wartooth. Though blocked by Ruma, picked up by Wartooth, but kicks it off of Dimitrov. We're going to have a corner kick.
I thought that was off Vilk. He blocked his own.
It looked like it was, yeah.
But nope, Dimitrov gets straight for the block.
Yeah, our eyes in the sky are saying it was Dimitrov. So here we go, 87th minute. Here's the floor. With the throw into Millar, goes deep, looking for K. Clements, but Duke wins that battle of getting to the ball first. K. Clements just going to stand behind Duke menacingly. Duke booms it out deep. And this is what Montreal needs to do. There's only about 3 minutes left in this game, and they're still down one. They need to get something going. Here's Manone. Manone chips the keeper, and there it is. Dexter Manone ties the game up 2-2 in the 88th minute.
You are the prophet, Jerry. You've called it. They did need to do something, and they did something right there.
They did indeed. Manone, his second of the day.
Yeah, it was once again fall on the floor. The man beaten there on the mark.
Oh, those lines are close.
Almost rave-like if we were closer, but yeah.
All right, so 2 minutes of stoppage time, only about 20 seconds left in this game. Here's Funyuns going to Motor, going deep. That's going to go out of bounds harmlessly for a throw-in. And I think that might be where the game ends. It is. So, Inter London and Montreal draw.
Yeah, no.
This has been a surprising match day so far.
And despite the results being even, I don't think these were boring results at all. I quite enjoyed this match. Yeah. I think that statistically, it is a fair result. All things said and done, 49% possession, 51, 1.5 to just over 2. Both teams scoring 2 goals, of course. Manone getting number 4 and 5 on the year for him. K. Clements getting number, I think it was 15 on the year for him.
It is, I believe, 15 total, 11 in D2 for the purposes of Golden Boot tracking. Furious Chicken did not score, and I don't believe Rob Tucker has played yet. I don't remember what team Rob Tucker's on.
Tucker, I think, is on Seoul, I want to say, or Accra. Accra, actually. He plays in behind the Berbatov.
So Clements widens their Golden Boot lead to 5 goals with 7 match days to go after this. But that's going to take us to our final game of the day, where we have AC Romana versus Reykjavik. Romana sitting 6th in the table with 8 points, -3 goal differential. Reykjavik sitting 4th in the table with 10 points, -1 goal differential. Now, I've said this every game so far, so I'm going to say it again. Seoul had a draw that was an important result for Accra, who then lost, which was an important result for Inter London, who drew. So now that's an important result for Reykjavik, who can now make up ground in the promotion race. Will they draw?
And all of this while carefully monitoring Jeffrey Jeffy
Levert,
Levert's offside statistics.
who is now 3 offsides behind Jerry for the lead. That's Lachlan O'Rourke, who misses the shot there. Lachlan O'Rourke, our league leader in times that he was fouled. He has been fouled 18 times this season.
So Division 2's Jack Grealish.
Here's Nunez. Ooh, that having to challenge our own pass to get to Letitia, over to Manone, to O'Rourke, who goes back to Mutasi. And then we go forward to Andrews. Andrews goes to the back line, goes back to Letitia. Letitia fires, Hill dives. Not punished, though. Do I have any other fun stats for this game? Roberto Scarpetta for Reykjavik leads the league in successful pass percent. For people who have taken at least 100 passes, they've converted 99.1% of their passes, 456 out of 460, which I find amazing.
And this is the Roberto
R. Scarpetta. So.
Yes, he is the center back. So
yeah.
I would sure hope that he is a sound passer. Otherwise, I do not want him passing.
Yes, but there's sound passer and there's 99.1% passing. Jeffrey Levert just yeets that into the crowd.
And he was even onside for that one.
What a waste. Onside. What a waste. If you're going to give the other team the ball, at least make progress towards your league leadership. Here's London to Mustasi. This cast has gone off the rails. Here's Letitia. Letitia to the back line, goes back to Andrews. Andrews takes it to the back line, slid by Jeremiah, recovered by Letitia, blocked off of Smart, headed off of Nunez, out of bounds, corner kick. No, throw-in, even.
Same diff, right? Yeah. Nothing happens either way.
Well, one you use your hands, the other you use your feet. It's very different. Manone to O'Rourke. O'Rourke trying to split the defense. Fires!
I'm a little concerned about how easily he split the defense here. He just kind of walked in between the two center backs and they didn't really do anything.
He just kind of went right through the middle and nobody did anything about it. We were just kind of like, oh, okay. Do you know this guy? No. Is this my man? I don't know. It's not my man. Well, it's not my man either. And then by the time they're done with this conversation, he's only taking the shot.
Ball's in the crowd.
Better with the cross, saved by Hill off the head of Andrews. Oh, my God. Oh, and there's Scarpetta taking a yellow card. Nunez on the free kick, saved by Lua. I think that's the first time I've had to say their name today.
Great save by Lua, though. It was a good-looking free kick.
Yeah, Nunez off the corner, headed away by Hall. Nunez trying to recover it, but O'Rourke gets there first. I've still yet to get over the fact that Inter London Stadium is called the Boris Johnson Party Dome. I laugh every time I see it. Every time. Nunez over to Latino. Going forward for King. Lua wins the race, though. Picks up the ball. Going to take it towards the edge of the box.
We had considered renaming it, but then I don't think a lettuce would be an appropriate
Here's Lachlan O'Rourke! Saved by Hill. It was going to be too inappropriate.
A lettuce? Yeah, I don't think we should name our stadium after a lettuce.
Oh, my God. Be a goal kick. Here's Mutasi going back to Hall. Going forward for Benone, intercepted by Jeremiah, who goes over to King, who goes over to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger, blocked by Scarpetta. That's going to be a corner kick. And here is Nunez. Nunez headed by Schweinsteiger. Lula makes the save. 40th minute now, rolls it out. Gets it to Andrews. Andrews goes over to Letitia. Letitia taking it up the sideline. Going towards that back corner. Goes for the cross. Headed, but wide. Oh, boy. Nunez to Levert. Schweinsteiger back to Nunez. Picked up by Scarpetta. C edition. Takes it past midfield to O'Rourke. O'Rourke bombs it looking for Andrews, but it's picked up by Nunez. I realize that this is the Nunez versus Scarpetta's matchup here. De Silva going out deep. Just picked up by Lua.
I didn't realize Nunez had a plural.
Yes, it's Nunez.
Oh no! What a bear!
What? Lua throws it to Scarpetta. Scarpetta, the man who I was just talking about, converts 99.1% of his passes that one right into the goal. Does that go as a missed pass or does that go as a shot?
Pretty sure he just converted his first shot of the game.
What is this match day? Reykjavik now with a deficit to make up, saved by Hill off the shot by O'Rourke. That's going to take us into the half. I can't even process what just happened.
A mistake? That was a mistake?
Yeah!
I don't even feel like he played it back that hard. He kind of passed it back, yeah, but like you expect your keeper to get there.
Like he just kind of passed it back, and I think Lua was having like an out of body experience or something. Like it's just.
You know what, Xenlos?
Mm-hmm.
If the hit stayed in net.
Mm-hmm.
It stayed in net, that might not have happened.
It was a combination of both my greatest fear and your greatest fear. They were out of the net and they played back to the keeper.
I don't even know how he casted that. That was just. It was horrifying the entire time it was happening. Like slow-mo replay in my head. I'm like, no way.
Like I'm just watching it go. I'm like, they're gonna pick that up, right? Like you know what it is? It's that Star Wars meme of Anakin and Padme and just sitting there, just like, you're gonna pick that up, right? And they're just like, you're gonna pick that up, right? Oh my word. We just sit there talking about the plural of Nunez.
Now listen, it'd be a little different if this game was like any other scoreline, but that's been everything.
That's the whole game. Zoidberg going back. We had substitutions. I didn't even look at the substitutions. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch it on our next game break. Here's O'Rourke going up to the side. To the back corner, looking for Otissia, intercepted by Jeremiah, who gets it over to Zoidberg. Zoidberg hit up the middle, going deep for King. They find King. King fires. Lewis saves that one. Have a corner kick.
Zoidberg, one of those subs coming in for Facio Latino. And it is Terrence coming out for Stojakovic, the center backs.
Okay. The whole notable event screen is just Roberto Scarpetta. It's like when you watch like a reality TV show and like if you watch like Survivor and all of a sudden you see like that one castaway who has never had like a confessional throughout the entire show, and then all of a sudden they start talking about that one castaway like 800 times. It's like, oh, something's gonna happen. This is what happens. You have a yellow and an own goal.
I can think of a bigger disaster that happened in real life as of recent. Juventus' Moise Kean being subbed on in the 89th minute and red carded in the 90th.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to talk about Keller for saved by Hill. Keller, who just had the disastrous first week in MLS this past week. But oh my goodness, he was one of the Nunez picking up a yellow. The other Nunez throwing it in to Levert. Levert, I've not seen be offside yet, but we might have missed it. Nunez going back to Schweinsteiger. It's going to be off of Scarpetta. And actually, Lula comes down with it. I thought that was going to be out of bounds for sure, but no, Lula comes down with it. And now we're in stoppage time. We're in the 91st minute. Is this really going to end a 1-0 game on an own goal that was one of the most ridiculous own goals I've ever seen in my life?
Well, if it does, it'll certainly be one of the matches I've ever watched for the XFL. And it is!
You know, I'm glad that this time you broke composure along with me. It wasn't just me. So,
I mean, you can't say it was unearned. Reykjavik had 1.26 XG, but like...
well, the problem is they had the one expected goal. The problem is the one expected goal went in their own net.
Oh, net!
So,
yes!
So that's going to bump Romana all the way up to a tie for third. They go from 6th to a tie for third, where they're actually in 4th by goal differential. Okay, so what we have learned today is that people do not know how to capitalize on opportunities. We started with the Seoul draw. We said Accra could capitalize on this. They didn't. They lost. Then we said Inner London can capitalize on this. They didn't. They tied. And then we said Reykjavik can capitalize on all this. They didn't. They lost. Nobody knows how to capitalize on anything. The top 4 teams all either drew or lost today.
So I have a theory about this, Xenlos. I have a theory.
Okay, I'm listening.
Today was not the episode of banger goals. That was a couple ones in a row.
Right.
Today was the episode of unexpected results.
Right.
Yep.
Like
and, we didn't catch it on early on in the match. And by the time we were halfway through, we had an inkling. And by the time all the way through, we were done.
Yeah. I said all the top 4 teams all either lost or drew today. Like, there was not a single win among those top 4 teams.
But only one loss on... Sorry, no, there's 2 losses.
There's 2 losses. Accra lost it and Reykjavik lost. Oh, boy. So, looking at the table, there's not... Despite the fact that all top 4 teams either lost or tied, we don't see much movement. We see Romana jumping Montreal and Reykjavik with their win. There's a lot of congestion at the middle of the table, but besides that, the top and the bottom of the table all kind of just remain where we were. It's just kind of all movement around the middle.
Yeah, a little bit of shifting around that mid position, but Accra and whomever are behind, well, Accra and AC Romana now 11.6 points off of the promotion spot. So coming into what is match day 9, there's only so much left in the season, right? So it's they got to turn it on.
Because we have 14 match days. Yeah, so there's 6 match days left to make up 6 points. They got to do something if they want to make that push.
2 out of the 1/3 of the next rest of the season to be wins, and as we've seen today, that doesn't come easy in this league.
No. But that's going to do it for us for tonight. If you stuck around for all 4 games in what the League of Legends community would call this clown fiesta of a match day, thank you for sticking out with it. And I hope you had as good of a time as we did and had some laughs along the way like we did. And I think that's going to do it. Until next time, I've been Xenlos.
And I'm TVC.
And I hope you all have a fantastic night.